Everyone always thought he was in wardrobe because he would show up in set in his normal clothes, and I would be like, "Why are you in wardrobe? You're not working today."
The costume of Joy would be like,
"They're just his clothes."
She'd be like, "Oh, are you working today?" I'd be like, "No." She'd be like, "Then why are you in costume?" I'm like, "Well, I don't look that lame."
Hello, friends. How are we doing?
Hi, good. We love your background.
Yeah,
it looks like her arms are coming out of your head. Yeah.
Well, I love your show, and I really love the awkward friendship between both of you, first of all, and how, it starts off a bit, but gets very sweet. So great job, both of you. How do your opinions of each other change as the season progresses?
I hated her, and then I liked her, and then I hated her again.
Great.
It was like this, but yeah, it's a wonderful. I think the arc is so wonderful and truthful, right? The story is told from Jin's perspective, and almost entirely from Jin's perspective. There's like POV shots right in the first episode where Jin's like looking over at Amelia from across the room, and she just feels like this sort of unattainable thing, and it's a wonderful character development for Jin to go from where he is in that first episode, where she's just a girl that he wants to ask out because he thinks that's what needs to happen, right? He's been told by the world and media that being a teenager means you ask the girl out and then something happens. I don't know what.
Didn't get to that part yet.
Right, exactly. He hasn't gone that far. But as the series progresses, right, they genuinely become friends with each other, and they spend good quality time with each other, and they get to know each other as people.
And you find out, she's a person.
Exactly. She's a person.
Exactly. Not an object.
Go figure. Wow. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's obvious to us, but for a 15-year-old boy, it's kind of a lesson you have to learn.
Eventually, though, you get it.
Exactly. And so I think that's a really healthy thing to show, right? That progression of their relationship with each other. Yeah. What do you think?
I agree.
Okay.
I feel like you covered it.
Yeah, I love that. Is beautiful. Sydney, we got little glimpses of Amelia's home life and a little bit of like her with friends throughout the first season. But as Ben said, it's really Jin's perspective. In a season 2, which we should get, what would you like to explore about Amelia?
I hope that we just continue to develop her as a realistic person and a realistic portrayal of being 15, 16 years old, because that's such a rough time. And I hope that people watch it and feel some sort of honest relatability to her. And I hope that in season 2, we just go further with sort of that dynamic between her and Jin. And I hope that she gets to interact with more. I really want a scene. We were talking about this while we were filming. I really want a scene of like Amelia, Jin, Christine, Simon, and like my mom and dad.
Oh, the families.
Like I want like a family dinner.
Imagine
all of the dynamics of that. I think that would be so good. That's probably one of the main things I want for her in season 2.
Yeah.
I support that. In the scene where you guys were talking about what your parents are like or what your moms are like, I can just imagine them interacting with each other and how that would go. So, this show certainly did take me back to being 15, 16, especially cosplay club. Very important in life. As yourselves, who would you want to cosplay as?
I don't know. I feel like
you already cosplay as an actor. So like this time, it's like you're at a convention. It's not. No one's filming you. It's life.
I unintentionally cosplay as Jin because Jin in the show dresses like his mom bought everything for him secondhand from Kohl's, and in real life,
everyone always thought he was in wardrobe because he would show up in set in his normal clothes, and I would be like, "Why are you in wardrobe? You're not working today."
The costume of Joy would be like,
"They're just his clothes."
She'd be like, "Oh, are you working today?" I'd be like, "No." She'd be like, "Then why are you in costume?" I'm like, "Well, I don't look that lame."
You know what? I would want to be Simon. I want the glasses, and I want to sing in my car.
Yeah.
Oh, another iconic moment. I love it. And then finally, I really love how this theme of being courageous versus biding your time kind of like plays out through every storyline. What do you feel like Jin can teach Wei Chen as opposed to what immediately Wei Chen teaches him?
I think Jin is a really thoughtful young man.
Ponders a lot.
Yeah, it's part of why he's so awkward, right? I think for me, like social anxiety comes a lot from the fact that you really care, right? You care a lot about how people see you and who you are, right? And so that it's just that, for Jin, it goes a bit too far where his brain spirals himself out of even being able to talk to anyone at all. Because, there's so much he's thinking about. Oh, how do they see me? Who am I? What kind of person am I? Right. And Wei Chen, he doesn't think at all about how other people think about him. Right. And in a way,
dude.
Yeah. And in a way, sort of the twin arc of the show is Jin learning from Wei Chen to have that confidence and balancing it with his thoughtfulness, right? Because truly, at the end of the story, Jin, the big impetus to get Jin to do some, there's some big things that happen in the last episode, and the impetus for that is him thinking about his relationship with his friends and his family and working through that and finally reconciling himself with that and then becoming a confident person because of it. And for Wei Chen, he does have to learn a bit of humility, right? He starts out jumping off of cliffs, right? I don't know why I did an impression of him. That's embarrassing. I went, what? But he starts off the series jumping off of cliffs, and he learns from Guan Yin and from his father and from Jin that he has to take his time, that he has to think things through, that he has to take into consideration how other people feels too, right? Because part of the clash between these two characters is just that, Wei Chen involves himself into sort of Jin's family in a way that Jin doesn't feel entirely comfortable with.
Absolutely. Beautifully stated and executed in American-born Chinese. Thank you both so much. You were lovely, and I hope to see more of you in season 2.
Thank you.
Have a great day.